United Fan TV. We got pretty lucky a little bit, but we were clinical in the end, and it ended up 4-1. What'd you think?
Well, first and foremost, the most important thing is obviously we got the win. 3 points, you can't go without that. 4-1, 4 goals, also a good thing. But I would say there was a lot of things that need to be worked on, and maybe the 4-1 flattered us to an extent. So
that's fair. That's fair. Because yeah, in the beginning, yeah, Miggy missed a couple sitters, but you know, in the end, Joseph amended for that, and you know, we definitely made it okay. But
yeah. Well, watching Miguel Almiron the last couple of weeks, I have to make a couple of comments. Obviously, we look at him last season, and he was a classy, amazing player, and I don't think we can take anything away from him. But something has to go on the training field because he has an issue with his right foot. I think he is so left-footed dominant, and his right foot just seems to be a peg that he doesn't want to use. There was a chance at Houston where he could have had an absolute tap-in, but he wanted to hit it with his left foot. And today, there was one where he slid in, and he would have had to have hit it with his outside of his left foot rather than just letting the ball hit his right foot. So he's an excellent player, and I wouldn't want to take that away from him. But there's something that needs to go on in the training ground on his right foot to make work. Martinez, great finishes. I think it was a good idea that he took the penalty after Almiron missed. I thought that was actually really good of Miggy because I don't know if there might have been a little dispute over who was going to take it, but Martinez stepped up, was clinical, great finish. The header was lovely. But I think you have to look at the statistics. I don't know if you looked at the scoreboard at any point, but I think it was something like when I last looked, 23 shots, 3 on goal.
We're not clinical, but that's the thing. It's you know, it's the ones that we do put in, you know, and that's what matters. But you know, I think we also were maybe flattered possibly because of Vancouver going down to 10 men, which was kind of a funny scenario. I think Vancouver's Waston actually thought the call went in their favor, and then they all freaked out when he got the red card.
Well, I think it was a crazy moment, and it was the video, what do you call it?
Yeah,
VAR. Interesting situation, because I have to say, I think if we'd have scored the goal, they would have never looked back at it, and they would have continued the game with 11 players. So I want to see more about what the rule is on VAR, whether you still look back after a goal on a red card incident, because it's whether they were looking at the PK or the red card, because I think it would have been a completely different game if Vancouver had had 11 men, and I'm sure that in the dressing room from Vancouver, you got to be mad at the guy that got sent off because it was a stupid back kick, a malicious play that really changed the game.
Sure, and it's their captain, no less. So
leading by example.
For sure. Well, in terms of Guzan having to come out, he had to clatter Escobar because, well, you know, you just have to clear what's in the box, you know, as a goalkeeper. Was there anything else he could have done? He just had to do what he had to do, right?
I think that's one of those where, you know, as a goalkeeper, you sign up for that sort of thing, that you're going to have to go through anyone in your way to get to the ball. I think from Guzan's perspective, I don't know if you remember, he had a flappy one at Houston, and I think that a couple of times today he might have come for balls that might have been a little out of his reach. I would say that I don't think he could have done anything more. I don't think it wasn't on purpose, but I think he was also a little flustered from the goal we conceded. You know, the Parkhurst, Guzan communication. It was a trouble last season as well, a little bit, and I think that we might have actually got a little bit complacent because we were one-on-one at the back, and you should never leave one-on-one at the back, and that's a lapse in communication again, because either goalkeeper or centre-back, particularly captain, should be saying, hey, we need one more back with this, so you're not put in that position where it's one-on-one. So I think the goal was disappointing to concede. A shutout would have been absolutely everything today. It was important because, okay, we've got stuff going forward, but we look so vulnerable at the back. We always look like conceding. You have to remember, Vancouver hit the post. You know, they hit the post early on. They had chances, and that's with 10 men. If 10 men can attack us that easily and still have 3 men and 3 shots, we've got to look a little bit more at the defense. So I think that 4-1 was a great result, but we have to finish chances because against other teams, you might not get 23 shots. Not many games you get 23 shots. And if you only get 3 on goal, then it's a little concerning.
And our goal conceded came from our boy, Andrew Carleton. He was dribbling around, and, you know, it looked good at first, but the outset, but then after that, of course, you know, loose ball, they get upfield, they get the one-on-one. Yeah, I mean, we want Andrew Carleton to be aggressive, obviously. But, yeah, I mean, it's lumps that he's going to take.
I would say it's a catch-22 situation for him. He has the crowd urging him. You know, he had 10 minutes. Yeah. You're three up at the time. You got a 3-0 cushion, and people are, you know, told to go out, have fun, express yourself. Right. And he was trying to do that. Maybe he took on a little bit too many, and then the break was there. But defensively, we should have had the backup that his error shouldn't lead to a goal. You shouldn't be attacking your 18 yards. You shouldn't be in the other team's 18-yard box and then concede a goal. So what I was proud of him, and I think what was the most amazing thing, is he didn't let that affect him. It would have been easy to drop your head and think, you know what, there's 8 minutes left, let's go defensive, let's not go forward. But that ball he put on Martinez's head, spectacular. And I think that shows how much he has to come and what a great potential he is for us.